if Wendy weren't doing well, I would not be sitting here smiling. My name is Tommy. I'm Wendy's brother, younger brother, only brother. And I'm leaving this video for you. Wendy's doing well. I'm not one that, and I'm it's funny because I'm just coming off of YouTube where people understand the whole, like, nuances of the law and everything. And not only that, but just respect, Legally, you have HIPAA laws. Respectfully, it's not me, it's my sister, so I'm not going to give the ins and outs and detailed business of another person. Just not how I get down. But what I will do is I'll ride, and I'll let you know that Wendy's doing well. Family's intact, and I always say the same thing, and thankfully I can always, I've been in the habit of saying the family is doing well, and I like that.
You under the impression as well that this was going to be a documentary about her road back to doing a podcast or doing her next show, because of course what we're seeing now is something completely different.
Yeah, something, I'll tell you, it spoke volumes to my early narrative of, Wendy's doing better and everything like that, because quite frankly, my hunch was, I guess she's making her way back to media, so I was just, and why doubt it? She's been through so many obstacles in the past and everything. And then, with us not being able to put our eyes on her and things like that and see the progress, everybody was on board. The uncomfortable position that I put myself in was I let my thought, kind of be distant from everybody else's, because everybody else, I guess, was connected to the guardianship and everything else, and kind of, bringing a momentum and bringing some support to what we're trying to get done. And I was looking from the stance of, because a busy day and not really looking and analyzing, I was looking like, well, she's getting better, and I guess she's going to get back to doing what she was doing in some sort, so that was that.
They basically said that because she was drinking so much, it was starting to affect her headspace.
You learn about that diagnosis.
As evidenced, we saw Wendy, with drinks. I do know that was her preference. When I visited, I experienced, and saw for myself and was able to lay my eyes on the realities. So, I think that it was probably spot on, perhaps. I don't know who was given what information from people who are authorized and qualified to give such diagnosis. But I do know that, I hadn't heard anything by anybody who's qualified. In conversations that I've had with Wendy, there have been dribbles along the way early on, with, maybe calling the different person, things of that nature. So I can attach myself to maybe somebody coming up with that terminology because of things like forgetfulness and things like that. Fast forward to now, when we were plugged in and get a phone call, I don't hear that. I hear, hey, Tommy, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting to me because I think we've heard your niece say, and some of your other family members say, she needs to be with us because she's not doing as well.
I want the family to become the guardian.
And you guys are ready to take care of her?
100%.
But you're saying when you talk to her, she does sound like she's doing well.
Well, she sounds like she's doing well, first of all, because she's plugged into family. And I don't know, I don't know everybody else's indication as to, how frequently they speak with her. I pretty much try to line my day up, try to wear earbuds, man the phone, be ready to tell everybody back up, a call's coming in, to be ready for Wendy's call. And I'll say that each time we get on the phone, it's exciting.
For me, this is where I disagree with Tommy Williams, the young brother of Wendy Williams, because, his actions and words are not matching, like he's not congruent with his words. He told us, like you heard at the beginning of the video, in 2021, that Wendy Williams was doing well. She was, the family were in touch with her and they knew where she was. He came out in that video still and said, the Wendy was like doing well. She had no problems. He wouldn't be smiling if at all. Wendy Williams was going through a very tough time. Yet in reality, the fact was Wendy Williams was not doing well. it has just resurfaced now, and people have come to know publicly that Wendy Williams is going through a very tough time. Her cognitive levels have declined. She's suffering. She has a couple of issues health-wise, physically. So I don't agree when, Tommy Williams comes out and actually gives us an update about Wendy Williams, because he has not been congruent with his words and actions in the past. But let us hear from our correspondent, who actually digs deep into this whole Wendy Williams story and give us an in-depth analysis and, of course, commentary about this whole issue. It's coming up.
It's been 2.5 years since Wendy Williams asked her final "How are you doing?" on TV, and since then, the larger-than-life personality has remained mostly quiet as rumors have swirled about her well-being. Now, the former Wendy Williams Show host's family is speaking out for the first time, as reported by People.com. A cover story about what went down during this dark period has been made as Williams' life devolved into the exact kind of drama she once would have gossiped about during her Hot Topics segment. We've all seen the images over the last few months and really few years of what seemed like a spiral for my aunt, Miss Alex Finney, who also appears in the new Lifetime documentary Where is Wendy Williams, that actually premiered on February 24th. It was shocking and heartbreaking to see her in this state. When the Lifetime documentary crew began filming in August 2022, it set out to follow Williams' comeback as she prepared to launch a new podcast. The film quickly evolved into something entirely different as the crew captured Williams, who served as an executive producer on the project, in throes of alcohol addiction and struggles with health issues including Graves' disease, an autoimmune disorder that can cause bulging eyes, and lymphedema, a condition that causes swelling in her feet. A particularly gut-wrenching scene shows Williams, who turns 60 in July, asking her driver to take her past the former Wendy Williams studio, forgetting that he had only done so moments earlier. The driver is heard saying, "I don't know what the hell is going on. I think she's losing memory. She doesn't know who I am sometimes." The documentary crew stopped filming Williams in April 2023. That month, she entered a facility to treat cognitive issues, her manager and jeweler, Will Selby, says in the film. Her son reveals in the documentary that these doctors have connected these issues to alcohol use. Williams remains in the facility to this day, and her family says that the court-appointed legal guardian is the only person who has unfettered access to her. A few netizens have went ahead and concluded that they truly believe that something demonic is happening with Wendy Williams. She is indeed being tormented by a spirit of infirmity that has caused her to have dementia, aphasia, and an incurable disease in her foot called lymphedema. This is tragic, but when we had a discussion a few days ago leading up to this, we believe it's the result of a lifestyle of habitual drug addiction, specifically cocaine and alcoholism, and opening up doors to demons that had taken a toll on her well-being. Sin can seriously make you sick, and when you give the devil legal rights in your life for fame, money, and power, he never plays fair and will attack you in the end. I truly believe this may also be a result of a witchcraft, and this should be a sign that no amount of money can save you, and it's not worth to chase the first life that is Antichrist.